is a question to ask. There are so many choices that it's hard not to look past. What is real and what is fake, and the risk we have to take. Will we know what is through?
So right now I'm going to be doing the review of the Ninja 650. I've done about 200 kilometers on it for the day. So most of the review is going to be vlogging style instead of my recently usual stand beside the bike and stuff, and a bit more glamour shots. Now of course, with any bike, the first thing I'm going to talk about is performance. The Ninja 650, absolutely amazing, low power, mid band and high range. The bike comes with a 649cc parallel twin, really perfect for the, you know, average putt-putt around town. As far as what it feels like compared to my ZX-6R, it's I don't know, it feels a bit more toy bikey. Whereas my ZX-6R, when you whack the throttle, there's a certain to it. The throttle pull and the clutch on the Ninja 650 is a bit light. I mean, of course, the torque feels almost the same. There's definitely some good torque going on here. And it definitely can do 100, 120, 150 quite easily, definitely. Because I can't really show that kind of footage, because as you know, most of the speed limits around here is about 40, 50. But a bit of spirited riding along the highway, this thing definitely will rip the shit out of your ass with the torque. But at the same time, the torque is not exactly unmanageable. It's very simple and easy to ride bike. Handling wise, I don't know why, but it might be because I'm conditioned on my 05 ZX-6R for quite some time now. But this thing feels like an absolute toy. It's so light to flick it around, push it around on the roads. Looks wise, I think it is quite hot, but I don't know. I think the Ninja 650 itself could do with a bigger rear tire to make it look a bit more aggressive. But at the same time, I kind of respect the decision that they did with the smaller rear aspect ratio tire, because it does help with the cornering and the turning, makes things very easy to lean into. Braking on this is great, solid brake pull, not much complaints from me there. The ABS, I haven't really tested it because there really isn't any reason for me to test the ABS right now. But so far, even on gravel roads going downhill, as long as I'm not like going fast, basically letting gravity do its work, the ABS doesn't seem to kick in at the very least. But what I really like the most about having a Ninja 650 is that, yes, if you come from a ZX-6R or any 600cc sport bike, this thing is a bit of an underwhelming experience. But if you're trying to move from a 400 inline 4 like a Super 4, this is a nice, decent upgrade without getting in over your head. It's a very natural progression for anybody on a Supermoto 400cc Supermoto inline 4 400cc bike like a Super 4. or let's say a CB500F, but I kind of find that if you already have a CB500F, it's kind of a waste of money to upgrade to this. Another great thing about the Ninja 650 is how fuel efficient it is. I was given a full tank when I got the bike. Alright, I've ridden about 200 kilometers. I've ridden about 200 kilometers, and right now I'm barely even touching half a tank. There's still half a tank of gas on this bike, enough for me to get all the way back to Sapporo and return the bike. I mean, fill in the gas and return the bike. Naturally, all of this riding that I'm doing is non-stop rural highway, you know, 70 to 100 kilometers an hour, a few 110, 120 kilometers an hour, and one occasional 150. Oh, nice river. I really like that pickup here. As long as you are below 120, man, the pickup on this thing is really snappy, really cool, very, I don't know, it's just sharp. There, you get the power. Come on, let's do a bit of spirited riding. Okay, honestly, no, I don't want to. I mean, people usually do that over here, but man, I'm in a foreign country, I don't want to get caught. Ergonomics wise, I really like the fact that it's upright. It's comfortable on my wrist, especially since I had an accident many years ago that broke my left wrist. So on my ZX-6R, my left wrist hurts a lot, but as with any upright bike, this is really comfortable on my arms. However, I have one thing to complain about, is that while it's very good for my upper body, the lower part of my body, it feels very cramped. I don't know if it's because I'm a bit too tall. I'm 177 centimeters tall, but my legs and my ankles are cramped as hell. It's really no different from me being on my ZX-6R. In fact, I feel like my ZX-6R's leg space is a lot more comfortable. Again, the seat is okay. There's nothing great about the seat, but what I like about the seat and the posture of your ass on the seat is that, at the very least, if you're not a tall rider with a wide inseam, the seat is pretty narrow, so people with short inseams are gonna fit on this bike relatively comfortably. Also, this is something I noticed on a lot of recent Kawasaki motorcycles, is the fact that they have hazard lights now. Great addition. My Versys-X 300 also has that. A nice little touch. Of course, ABS is probably like the only electronics I think they have on this particular model. Seat obviously tears off at the tail end, double seat. Quite sporty looking, I kind of like it. Mirrors themselves are quite wide. I mean, you can see quite a lot of things on this stock mirrors, but if you were to ask me, I would probably swap them out for something a bit more substantial if I want more view, or if I want something more fashionable, I'd swap that out either, because honestly speaking, it's neither fashionable or extremely great at seeing the stuff behind you. The windshield in front of you kind of looks small, but looks can be a bit deceiving. Honestly speaking, the windshield does deflect the wind quite well, at the very least up to about 120, 150. Fairings do very well in this rural, windy trail, up to about 120, 150. And as you can see over on the odometer on the bike, this machine has done at least over 12,000 kilometers over like 2 years. I mean, it's a rental bike, but 12,000 over 2 years, that's a lot of miles to clock up on a single machine. And as far as I can feel, there is no problem with the engine. It feels like clockwork. It takes perfectly fine. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this review. This is a very good bike to consider if you want to go with Kawasaki. Anyway, I'll leave you with this beautiful view of a farm and the mountains over there, and I will catch you next time. See you. Bye bye. So a few final thoughts I missed out on while recording the video and closing thoughts. The stock suspension setup is a tiny bit soft for my 80 kilo frame. You can tell it smooths out bumpy rides very well and is very comfortable, but it might require a bit more stiffening if you prefer a sportier ride, except the front is non-adjustable and the rear only does preload, so you might want to look into aftermarket parts for that issue. Above all, the Ninja 650 is a great bike for people who want a comfortable sport tourer right out the box with comfortable ride posture and easy handling.